The Foreign Affairs Minister has spent the last 18 months dealing with Donald Trump. And tonight, she was honored for her efforts, named Foreign Policy Magazine's Diplomat of the Year. Chrystia Freeland used the spotlight to pitch Canada's anti-tariff message, praised free trade and democracy, while also taking a shot at the U.S. president's style of chaotic governance.
Facts matter. Truth. Truth matters. Competence and honesty among elected leaders and in our public service matter.
Mrs. Freeland.
Freeland is in D.C. to repair Canada's bruised relationship with the United States. She quickly found sympathy on Capitol Hill from influential lawmakers who also opposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum.
This is a critically important ally to the United States, and you don't give your back of the hand to some of your closest allies.
Can you imagine being in Canada, our closest ally on the planet, and to be told that they represent a national security threat? That's insulting. It really is. And so I frankly commend Canada for its measured and sober response to this.
While these lawmakers are comfortable criticizing Trump, another senator called out the ones who aren't.
We might poke the bear. The president might get upset with us.
Republican Bob Corker shamed his colleagues on the floor of the Senate for not standing up to Trump's tariff plan.
We're in a strange place. I mean, it's almost, it's becoming a cultish thing.
And Katie is in Washington tonight. So, Katie, for all the times Freeland has repeated the same message, is there any sign it's resonating with Donald Trump?
That's what makes this situation so difficult, Andrew. Other than Donald Trump himself, no one really understands whether this message is getting through. That's why Canada is trying to lobby as many people around the president as it can, in the hopes that if he reaches out for advice, that he'll take Canada's side.
So what's next for Freeland?
Chrystia Freeland goes directly to the Trump administration tomorrow. She has a high-profile meeting with Robert Lighthizer. He is the U.S. trade representative. He makes all of the American decisions about NAFTA. After that, Chrystia Freeland heads back to Canada, where she'll try to reassure the Canadian public. She meets with Ontario Premier-elect Doug Ford to show a two-party strength behind Canada's position against these tariffs.
Okay, Katie Simpson in Washington, thanks very much. Now, Katie referred to Chrystia Freeland's acceptance speech tonight. She did touch on Canada's current trade dispute with the U.S., but her overall message was more wide-ranging and direct, arguing that the U.S. should not abandon its allies nor its history. Here's a short excerpt.
You may feel today that your size allows you to go mano a mano with your traditional adversaries and be guaranteed to win. But if history tells us one thing, it is that no one nation's preeminence is eternal. That is why the far wiser path and the more enduring one is to strengthen our existing alliance of liberal democracies, to reform and renew the rules-based international order that we have built together, and in so doing, to require that all states, whether democratic or not, play by these common rules.
And one final note here. Interestingly, Freeland did not mention the current U.S. president by name, but she did reference two of the Republican Party's most famous presidents, Ronald Reagan and Abraham Lincoln.